My name is Jennifer Bradley and I'm a lawyer in McCabe Curwood's Litigation and Dispute Resolution Group. Today, I'll be discussing the changes in the Australian regulatory landscape, focusing on ASIC following the Royal Commission into misconduct in the banking, superannuation and financial services industry. Commissioner Kenneth Haynes' final report for the Royal Commission was released on February 3rd, revealing heavy criticism of the regulator's failure to take action against banks and superannuation providers, and making 76 recommendations. In particular, the Commissioner recommended that ASIC should take a more aggressive stance in its approach to litigation and to adopt a policy of only accepting an enforceable undertaking in circumstances where the party offering it acknowledges that it has breached the law. The Commissioner also recommended that infringement notices should only be used for administrative failures, and that where an evaluated judgment has to be made about a party's conduct, or the party is a large corporation, there will not be enough to properly enforce compliance. After the release of Haynes' report, ASIC has vowed to act on their new Why Not Litigate approach to enforcement by creating a separate Office of Enforcement to be rolled out in 2019. The Office of Enforcement will be a separate entity within ASIC, responsible for investigation and enforcement of contraventions of the laws that ASIC administers. The Office of Enforcement will be alongside the recommended 60 additional penalty provisions that ASIC will be able to action, and the recent passage of the Treasury Laws Amendment Strengthening Corporate and Financial Sector Penalties Bill in 2018. This bill increased maximum prison penalties for the most serious offences to 15 years, increased civil penalties for companies, now to be capped at $525 million, and increased the maximum civil penalties for individuals to $1.05 million. ASIC's new Office of Enforcement and broadened powers in the context of increased penalties and recent legislative reform has provided a powerful platform that ASIC intends to utilise to provide the strengthened enforcement culture that is needed to radically reform the Australian regulatory landscape. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has recently signalled that he will give further consideration to ASIC's financial needs in the upcoming federal budget being released on April 2nd. These changes to the regulatory landscape will have an impact well beyond the financial services and banking industry. As the new ASIC Commissioner Sean Hughes emphasised, people shouldn't be looking on ASIC anymore as some sort of soft option to push a problem out of the way. Only time will tell how ASIC's new Litigate First policy will be administered. But directors and companies should ensure that they are complying with their industry regulations, conforming with their duties, and that appropriate corporate governance policies are in place so as to avoid being cast as an example.